Nestled on the state capitol grounds,
For me, it's hollow ground.
a place to remember and to pay respect to the sacrifice of those who served. The Vietnam War Monument honors 868 Iowans. Today, the name of one more casualty of combat appears: James S. McGough.
There is a name on the wall, but it's a story behind it. It's the person behind that name that makes that important.
His story wouldn't be told until more than 4 decades after the war ended. But it begins like so many others in Iowa, on a farm in Fort Dodge.
Everybody thought we were twins growing up.
Like twins, the siblings always shared a special bond.
I still to this day can't watch war movies because I just think of all the things he had to go through.
She'll never forget the evening in 1971 when she got a call from her big brother, Jim.
He said, all I can say is I'm wounded and I'm fine.
3 men died the day he was wounded when Jim's unit came under heavy fire. Shrapnel from a grenade that shredded his legs and feet ended his tour, allowing him to return to his family and high school sweetheart, Sherry.
When he got back from Vietnam, we didn't talk about it. It was to be forgotten, and we went on with life. We had our girls, and life was good. I didn't really see any wounds except bad scarring, through his legs and around his ankle.
In time, they would learn he suffered from an invisible war wound. In the early 90s, Jim was diagnosed with hepatitis C. Doctors traced his infection back to a blood transfusion he received at a military hospital after being medevaced out of Vietnam. Just like that, the once forgotten war was pushed into the forefront of their lives.
Every time, I would get sad, Jim would say, no, I've gotten to live more life than a lot of soldiers did.
He began to reconnect with his war buddies, the living and the lost. Sherry snapped this picture of Jim at the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C., remembering friends killed on the battlefield.
He said that day, if this disease kills me, I want my name on this wall.
Decades later, Jim's battle with the disease came to an end. He was 62. For his final resting place at the Iowa Veterans Cemetery, the family chose these words for his headstone: love, integrity, sacrifice.
That was him. That was his whole life, those 3 words.
But that's only part of his legacy. Last year, James S. McGough became the first Iowan added to the National Vietnam Memorial Wall since 1994.
It's something that I believe he deserves because absolutely, he served his country, but ultimately it was the war that took his life.
Which brings us to the final chapter of this Iowa soldier's story.
It brings back old memories, and the fact that somebody cares out here that truly cares about those veterans.
His is the 869th name on the state's Vietnam War Monument.
Just knowing that he, in death, has been honored in so many ways for his service. It makes me very proud. They see him as a hero because his name is on the wall, but he was such a hero in everyday life.
The man behind the name,
I think I have a deeper love for him now than I did even when I was living with him.
who is now a reflection of hope on these hallowed grounds.